Hey there, I'm Ken, this is CRT. Welcome to this episode, an episode I am quite excited to do. I found something that is a little bit more on the unique side, and yeah, I picked it up at an auction, and really there's nothing to say, but let's jump right in to taking a look at this because I just want to try a few things out with it and talk about it. So let's jump right into, and this right here is what I picked up. This beautiful vintage Commodore branded rotary telephone. There was a couple of boxes in a lot at an auction, basically filled with junk, but at the very bottom I could see this little Commodore symbol peeking out. And yeah, I knew I had to buy it. I ended up paying $35 for the whole lot. It's mostly junk. I might get a few bucks selling a few of the things. But I've got this phone. That's all I cared about. And I know what you're thinking, because when I pulled this out of the box, I was thinking exactly the same thing. Can I still make a phone call from this? Will one of these old rotary phones still work in our digital age of telephones and cell phones and everything else? Well, you know what? I'm going to clean this up. We'll do some sexy shots of it as I explain the history of where this came from, and then we're going to plug it into the wall and see what happens. This is the Commodore branded rotary telephone. It was only available in Canada, and it has an interesting history. Back in the early 1980s, Commodore released the least expensive modem on the market, the VIC 1600. It worked by plugging into the computer. You would then dial the number you wanted on your phone and wait for the computer to answer on the other end. When it did, you would unclip the cable from the handset and hook it into the modem. The plug on the modem only fit the smaller handset plug. The wall socket took a larger plug to prevent people from directly plugging a handset into the wall. And there you go, you were talking to another computer over a phone line. The problem was, in Canada, at least with Bell Telephone, which at the time was the single largest telecommunications company in the country, servicing almost all of the eastern half of Canada, there was an obscure rule that any phone plugged into the network must remain fully functional at all times. This meant that up here, we did not have detachable handsets, as a phone without a handset was considered to be non-functional. Commodore made a deal with Bell to sell a telephone with their modem. Bell, who leased their own telephones to all of their customers, agreed to this on two conditions. Commodore had to have the phones made by Bell's supplier, Northern Electric, and the phone must meet all standards. Commodore put in its order and soon received all of the phones that, yep, you guessed it, didn't have detachable handsets to meet Bell's standards. They would not work with the VIC 1600. This forced Commodore to create the VIC 1605, changing the design so that the modem plugged directly into the wall socket and had a jack to daisy chain the modem to the phone. The VIC 1605 was sold with these phones in Canada, as Commodore had a large stock of them and they had to do something with them. So I have a telephone jack right behind my computer here. Yes, I still have a landline at my house, but now I've got this plugged in, so let's see, does it work? There is a dial tone. So the next thing I am going to do is I will phone my house to see, are we going to get this thing to ring? It is ringing. Let's see. Hello? Hello? Yep, it works. Okay, well that works. So the next thing I am going to try is phoning my cell phone. Will I actually be able to make a phone call on a rotary phone nowadays? Well, let's find out. First things first, you gotta take the phone off the hook, then start dialing. Wait, if you dial your phone on camera, everyone's gonna know your number. Ooh, yeah, you're right. Okay, please don't look while I do this. Love these old rotary phones of takes a long time to phone numbers. I think I did that right. There we go. My cell phone is ringing. Hello? Hello? Is anybody there? Can you hear me? Yes. Yes, I can hear you. So, what do you know? It works. You can still make a phone call from an old Commodore rotary phone. Yeah, no, it's a Commodore branded rotary telephone. Yeah, I'm actually talking to you on it right now. No, it was only available in Canada. The early 80s. Oh, yes, I gotta go, okay? Yeah, okay, bye. There we go. My Commodore branded rotary telephone completely works. I have answered that burning question that so many people had. Can you still make a phone call and receive phone calls on a rotary telephone in today's digital age? Well, yes you can. You know what? I would love to hear about anybody that knew about these phones or even owned one of these phones back in the day. I'd love to hear about it down in the comments. But, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what you can do with the liking, the subscribing, and or the commenting below, because anything and everything you do is always greatly appreciated. But I am going to go for now, so I will see you next time.